Fit to Love is physical, emotional, and spiritual fitness to achieve the happy life you deserve. From exercise to cooking, relationships, and spirituality, you'll find all the inspiration you need right here with our host, JJ Flizanes.
Hello and welcome to Fit to Love Tasty Tuesdays, all about cooking, all about nutrition, and all about you. If there's something you'd like to see on the show, we'd love to hear from you. Please send us an email at info@invisiblefitness.com. Enjoy the show. Today's show, easy veggie pasta. Now the beauty about this recipe or dish is that there's no pasta at all. We're not using any high carbohydrate, high calorie, high insulin spiking, wheat or rice, gluten-free or gluten pasta. We are using zucchini, organic zucchini, and yellow squash as our pasta. So the trick to this is really using the right kind of slicer to make it really fun and enjoyable. I did this at a cooking class in Arizona recently, and there's a specific slicer that you want to have in order to do this pasta. And when I told the ladies that I was doing this, they're like, oh, I don't have any room in my kitchen for this. And then after I made it and they loved it, they thought, oh, I have to find room in my kitchen for this. So we're going to use today the Epica turning slicer. It's a very inexpensive piece of equipment that you can store wherever. You don't have to keep it out on your counter, and you can buy it on Amazon.com. So it has 3 blades that come with it. The 3 blades are going to be a straight blade and then a curly blade that's really thin like an angel hair. We're going to use the thickest one, the largest one that's going to be more like spaghetti or fettuccine. So first you want to start off by washing and slicing the ends off of your organic zucchini or yellow squash, because we will need to secure it onto the slicer. And on the slicer there's a little round blade where you're going to put in the middle of your zucchini or squash. And you're going to move this little slide out as far as you need to depending on the size of your zucchini or yellow squash. Next, you're going to secure on the end of this sled, so to speak, there's a round piece with spiky attachments to it, and that's to secure the other end of your zucchini or squash. You can also use this slicer to make curly fries with sweet potatoes or regular potatoes. Now I need to use my other hand, so I am going to turn my back to you. So for those of you that are concerned that I've left the connection here with the camera, just make sure you're looking at the slicer because it's doing the job, not me. So I'm going to turn the slicer. You have to push and turn at the same time to make sure you continue on the flow. Otherwise, you can't just turn it. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to put my hand down here. I'm going to turn and push. And if you notice, coming out the side are going to be curly pieces of my zucchini. So you're going to do this with all of your zucchini and your yellow squash until you have them all done. And then we're going to take this to the stovetop. So after you've used your spiral slicer with your zucchini and your yellow squash to make really fun looking veggie pasta, we're going to take it and put it into a pan on the stove because we're going to saute it. Now I'm not going to add any olive oil to this because I'm going to add my sauce into the pan. So I'm going to start by turning it on medium, and then I'm going to scoop out some of that wonderfully homemade sauce we made a few episodes ago. And I freeze mine. So if you remember when we made the homemade sauce, there was a big pot of it. And so what I do after I spice to taste and I let it cool down, I stick it in BPA-free plastic containers and then I freeze it. So that when I'm ready to make a homemade pizza or homemade veggie pasta like this or homemade chili, I can pull out the tomato sauce. So I'm gonna add directly to my veggie pasta my tomato sauce. And I'm only going to cook it for about 5 to 6 minutes. We don't want to get too soft, otherwise it'll be too squishy. And squishy is a technical cooking term. Now I love sauce, so I'm going to add like a lot of sauce. But of course, add sauce to taste. If you eat meat and you want it to taste like a really decadent veggie pasta, you can add chicken. Or you can add, I use a nitrate-free, organic, hormone-free pepperoni from Whole Foods that really gives it that extra flavor. And then I'm going to add, again, our non-dairy, vegan, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free cheese into this mix and saute it all around.
The Fit to Love podcast show offers you 6 days a week of helpful content to achieve the happy life you deserve. Movement Mondays and Tasty Tuesdays are weekly videocasts, while Wellness Wednesdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, Freedom Fridays, and Sexy Saturdays are audio-only shows themed every week to address your holistic life and needs. If this show inspired you, we would love for you to share it and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. Head on over to fittolove.tv for recaps of every show, resources, and to join the community. That's FIT, the number 2, LOVE.tv. Have a fit and fabulous day.